Annyeonghaseyo, I'm Demarche, one half of Soju for Two, and this is our this week. So Bridal Mask ended, so I'm going to do a separate review on that, and that was amazing. So the rest of the things that are going on this week are pretty calm, definitely more romantic, except for maybe Faith and Arang, but everything else is like sort of sweet love story. So Bridal Mask is sort of the end of the real suspenseful one for us. And also, I just want to mention that I couldn't find Sprout subtitled yet. Unfortunately, it seems like they're getting sort of behind in subtitling that. I watched that on dramacrazy.net, and usually they would get it up kind of towards the end of the week, but they're a little behind on it now. They just got it up today, but it's still not subtitled. So I'm going to do the list, and no surprise here, number one is still Reply 1997. These last two episodes were amazing, and I think that what's really great about this story is that as it unfolds, I mean, I feel like we know where it's going to go. You know what I mean? And we do know where it's going to go in kind of the end, that she's going to be happily married and having a baby. But I think we know which one she's going to end up with. And I think, for me, I think that it's going to obviously be the main lead. And I think that, but how they're playing it out, how the sort of the story is unwinding, it's really awesome. And I love the introduction to some of the new characters in these two episodes. The doctor, I think she's hilarious, and I feel like she's going to end up with the older brother. And I just think that was like a really great addition. And even though she's sort of late to the cast, it makes sense. So it's sort of that interesting meeting. And I just think that like when they finally had a chance to kiss and get together, it was awesome. And this is just so well written, so well done. I really feel like this is going to be on the top of my list of favorite dramas. So number two this week for me is Faith. And I think that this Faith is like doing really well for me because I just think that it's such an interesting story. And one of our subscribers just recently told me that it's sort of based on the story that Frozen Flowers is based on, which is like a movie that I saw a while ago. But it's a very intense, like kind of crazy, dramatic, very sexual movie. And apparently the king in this is the same king. So now I've been kind of watching it with sort of like a different interpretation, or at least, kind of the obsession of the king with, with Lee Min-ho's character, and sort of that his fascination with his strength and all those things. So it's sort of interesting to me, a new perspective. And I just think the doctor is so interesting. I mean, she's so strong, standing up to all these guys, and even though she's misunderstanding Lee Min-ho's character in these episodes, and she's kind of taking him as the constant murderer instead of doing what he has to do, it's sort of a difficult position. And it's interesting. I can't wait to see what's happening, because obviously he's growing fond of her. So it's going to be a really great drama. And I think that you're finally getting to see a little more of like him again, sort of get a chance to shine as a character. Number three for me is Arang and the Magistrate. And this is just such an intense show. I think the whole supernatural aspect has really like gone above and beyond for me in a really interesting way. And obviously the whole issue with the main character's mother being this, centuries old, some sort of soul-eating or heart-eating monster. I mean, I don't know, like I had a discussion with one of our subscribers about this, whether or not she is actually his mother, and that's why he's supernatural, like he can see dead people and things like that, or if she somehow, I hope that she's maybe like, she uses the body of whatever she's taking over. And I feel like you did hear a little bit of that at the end, because she was saying that she wanted to have Shin Min's character's body because she's immortal. So we find out more about Shin Min's character and how, she is, at the moment she can't die, but she's not really fully alive. So it's a very interesting sort of take on it. And the second male lead, I think he's going to get a chance to really kind of show him, like, sort of his acting ability, because right now he's obviously intrigued by her, but, like, no matter what happens with them, he still already tried to kill her, so for me that's a difficult, situation to be in. But I think it's such an interesting drama, and the leads are doing a great job with this. It's so spooky, it's interesting. I mean, this one for me is going to be like Bridal Mask. It's going to keep my attention in an interesting way and something different. Okay, so fourth is Rich Man, Poor Woman, and this for me this week like was so cute. I think that's the word to describe it, because you're kind of getting a chance to see the confidence and sort of trust, which he says at the end, like sort of building between the two leads. And I think that even though at the end of last week's episode it seemed like things were going to go well, they're going to again have a chance to sort of have things, go against them in their relationship. But he's going to realize that no matter what, she's there for him, and I think that's, a really cute kind of aspect to their relationship. And I'm so excited to see where their relationship is going to go. And so, I mean, everyone must be so jealous of, like, this drama, because it's so interesting to see, like, someone who's such a genius, and the character is just so fascinating, I think, for the main male lead. I mean, he has to come up with, like, this life-changing, revolutionary thing in 2 days, and it's just such an interesting drama. I think that, the lead for this is playing sort of an eccentric, non-trusting individual, and, it's peeling away his layers, so I think that it's a cute drama at this point. Number 5 for me is Panda and Hedgehog, and again, like I keep talking about how it's kind of a romantic week, it just seems like you're getting to see all of the cute moments for me, and the other aspects of sort of dealing with, like, kind of stealing the pastry chef or things like that are not really my favorite. I just want to see the cuteness, because obviously Dong-hae is adorable, and second male lead is completely adorable in his, like, lack of confidence, so it's just a sort of a sweet story at this point. And obviously when you end on episode 6, Dong-hae kind of realizes he has feelings for her, and then both of them are sort of experiencing, well, we all knew the second lead had feelings for her, but sort of the real jealousy, I think, is going to build here, so I can't wait to see what happens with that. 6 for me is To the Beautiful You, and I mean, it's not really 6 for any reason other than the fact that all the other things were really good. I'm not disappointed at all this week with any of the dramas, but To the Beautiful You, for me, like, we're getting a chance for them to have more of a relationship, but I feel like we're going to, until, like, episode 10 or 12, they're going to keep pushing out the relationship building situation. And I get that, because the whole idea of Cho Min-ho's character is that he is sort of very lacking confidence in other people. He's sort of introverted and, doesn't really want to trust anyone. And I think that it's interesting to see him sort of open up to her, but we're getting to see a little bit more of, like, his character as well. I just can't wait to actually see some, like, meat of the drama. At this point, it just seems like we're going through cute episodes. So that's the end of it this week. I'm going to stay tuned, because I'll do my review of Bridal Mask and a final review of that, and it was epic. So thank you very much, and have a great week, guys. Bye!